So I guess I'll start by introducing myself because I don't think a lot of people know who I am. Because
Yeah, a lot of people don't really know.
I started I started playing Melee in like I want to say 2014, 2015, late 2014, I would say. And my very first experience with Isaac was I went to my very first tournament with a high school friend named Eric Hernandez. And we went to a tournament in like a small gaming shop in Rosemont, Minnesota, which is like 30 minutes away from where we lived. Because like the monitors, the latency, and so we were playing on a flat screen TV at this gaming tournament. Me and my friend Eric Hernandez and Isaac sits down next to us. He's like, "Hey, can I join you guys?" We're like, "Yeah, man, come on." And then Isaac instantly like notices like, "Wait, so this is a flat," and then he like gets up and leaves,
Wait, wait,
and
wait,
we're
wait.
like,
What? Can you say
"What
it
the
again?
heck?"
It's a what?
Wow.
You said like, "Oh, this isn't a CRT. This is a flat screen."
Yeah.
And then you left, and we were so confused. We were like, "What? Like what? This guy was making
Yeah.
excuses already." And then later in the tournament, Isaac kicked our asses. Like I don't think we took a stock or two off Isaac. It was
Yeah.
crazy. And that's when we learned about like the lag and like L canceling and like advanced tech. And that's kind of like when we like looked further into the game, and that's when we saw the documentary. And the documentary was really for me like the thing that got me started with Melee. After I watched the documentary, then I started playing with some high school friends and been playing since then. Um, but yeah, that's like my that's how I started playing Melee, and since then I've like always like grinded. I was the type of person where I like wanted to practice like a lot. Like when I'm competing, I'm very competitive. You know, I like to put the hours in practicing. I grew up playing soccer, played like 3 years of varsity. I was like super competitive always,
Hey, do
and
you think those
I
three
was no
years of
different.
varsity, do you think those 3 years of soccer helped you for a tournament setting for Smash?
Definitely, like I said, I just built a very competitive character within myself, and I would say with soccer, it helped me build like the discipline to establish a routine of practicing consistently. The key is consistently. And the other thing I would say is that soccer definitely helped me um, with the exercise part of it. I know you and I were talking about that earlier today because exercise is incredibly undervalued, and it's so important not only to like your physical well-being, but your mental health. You know, when you're exercising, you overcome plateaus and your body gets accustomed to that. And, it's just overall really, really good for your well-being. And for me, I've always been an active person, and like soccer has helped me always like just like get that, that part of my life taken care of. But, I got hurt my second year of varsity where I tore my meniscus and I had surgery, and
Wow.
it I unfortunately like could not come back, and it pretty much ended my soccer career
How
for
long
my
did
high
it take you to
school
come back
career.
from that injury?
It took me 2 years because I did not follow through with all my physical therapy. It was a very unfortunate series of events that led to it, but
That took a long
things happen
time
for a
too.
reason, and I was playing soccer today, and I had like zero pain, and I was like had a little bit more motivation to actually like get back on the field. So I'm gonna slowly progress and get back to the field because I miss playing soccer a lot.
Same.
So much
I
fun. I don't know
Soccer's
if
so
you
fun.
guys did you guys grow up playing sports too?
I did. I grew up playing soccer back then. It was yeah.
You did?
I miss it a lot just 'cause I had a reputation of being the best at my school and like
Oh, really?
yeah, it was yeah.
No.
Another reputation is like I could have been captain of my team in like my first ever, soccer league thing. So yeah, but like I mean, we also won like our championship final which was like my first time ever being in a team. So like it was crazy.
Wow.
I loved it. I loved it. But then yeah, sadly I think I played too much, and I don't know, like my knees kind of just gave up on me, and
Oof.
so
Mm.
every time I start running, there's like a little bit of pain, but once that pain goes away, it's all good. And I don't know, I want to play soccer again. I'm trying to play soccer.
Yeah.
I just miss
What position did you play?
I played forward. Always
Forward.
forward.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
either forward or like midfielder. Those are my favorite
Okay. So you were
positions.
the one scoring the
Yeah,
goals. You were
yes,
the
yes,
one having
yes.
the glory moments.
Hell yeah, dude. I'd be like scoring
Okay.
like I'd be scoring a goal every single game, almost every single game. It was
That's awesome.
I know it was sick. How about you? Did you play defense, forward,
I played midfield. I played left
midfield?
mid. I was like well known for just like running the ball across the line, the sideline,
Uh huh.
and then down into the basically the goal line and scoring. Like
Oh,
I was known
okay.
for being just
Um,
having a lot of stamina, and like nowadays I don't have a lot of stamina
I
because
still
I
got that stamina on.
yeah, like it with stamina, it's a lot of it. It's genetics because for me, if I'm not in shape, if I'm
Yeah,
not running consistently, I lose my stamina very quickly. Whereas I've had a lot of friends who they'll be drinking, they don't even run, they don't exercise, and they don't lose their stamina, and it's just very just confusing for
it's
me.
actually
it is
But I
crazy.
just I don't know. It must just be genetics or something.
it could be that. Yeah, it could be like your
But
overall health. I mean, I don't know. I guess it could be genetics, right?
yeah, well, the other thing too that I want that you mentioned was your knee pain.
Yeah,
And funnily enough, I also had knee pain, and
yeah,
I don't know if it also had something to do with our environment growing up, because growing up as a first generation Latino,
yeah.
I definitely did not eat like, the correct balance and the
Oh,
correct
okay.
diet of food
I see.
where I felt like I wouldn't say like malnourished, but I would say like I just ate whatever the hell I wanted. I
I
ate
see.
chips, I ate just,
I
junk food
see.
all the time.
Yeah, it could be
And I
that.
think that definitely contributed to that because, I remember growing up, I had a lot of like, uh, I think deficiencies in like vitamins and like,
Oh, okay,
and stuff. And
okay.
I had to take multivitamins because I was not eating right.
I
And
see.
that doesn't specifically have to do with like being Latino, but like,
Yeah,
Mm.
like you're talking about like how
my
oh, keep going, keep
in
going.
my household, it was not like we weren't super strict about like food. Obviously, like food
I
is
see.
important. Like having like it's a pillar in every household.
Mhm.
Obviously because we weren't that intensive about what we were eating in our diet, and I think it had contributed to a lot of negative um, effects in my family at least.
Mhm.
Like my mom is experiencing some health issues. My dad is as well. My brother, myself, and even my sister. And so I think it had food is very important, and like what you put in your body is incredibly important. Like nowadays, they're putting like just whatever the hell they want in the food, hormones. Just
Yeah,
the beef that we're eating is not the best beef. It contributes to a lot of negative
effects.
problems in life.
Some of the scariest stuff too is that when they have all these new different ingredients used for these products, is that like we don't do tests on them until later, later on, even after years of production and they've been out in the world
Yeah,
and we found out that they're more dangerous. That's
yeah,
really some of the scariest
Mhm.
stuff
yeah,
that's
and it's
happening.
just like that is a whole another topic too, because like the population is increasing very fast and there's a demand for more food, more everything, more
Yeah,
efficiency, everything. And part of that is just mass producing food and genetically modifying it to be bigger, tastier, lasting longer. And unfortunately, there are negative side effects to that as well. And that's something that I've been noticing recently in my life. And I've been uh, paying more attention to like what I put in my body. I don't know if you guys do something similar to that or have any sort of like diet or regime that you follow.
do you have a diet, Eric?
So for me, I don't necessarily have like a caloric intake diet per se. What I do is I've reduced a good amount of my carbs.
Mm,
And so I'm not trying to ingest too many carbs nowadays just because I don't really work out. And I'll be very straightforward with that. But somehow I'm like still okay.
mm,
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I don't condone it. But it's something that works for me, you know?
yeah.
So but the funny thing is it's like for me I use intermittent fasting and time restricted dieting.
Mm.
So like I won't eat for I would say about anywhere from about 12 to 16 hours. And so
Mm,
it's the other 8 to 12 hours, I'll have a meal or two, usually just one meal, one big meal. And so that's really what I'm doing right now. I don't, beyond like changing what type of food I'm eating and beyond just kind of the more common stuff, I do it more like a time, you know what I mean, time based diet. Are you
And
doing anything else?
that's
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so okay, nowadays I'm not like that. I mean, I'm still, I guess, in shape in a way, but I'm getting more of that like dad belly going on. But overall, I'm still, pretty much in shape. But before I stopped doing the diet, my diet consisted of just me doing just eating protein, right? The keto diet, the classic keto diet. Just eat protein, do less
uh,
carbs, and work out. And that was my diet, and it worked. It actually did work like really, really well. I was in shape like for about 2 years. Since like in high school I started working out, and I was like in the best shape of my life. I'm gonna say I was
Wow.
definitely I was definitely like in my prime in terms of shape. I mean, I can definitely come back to it if I were to put the time in it. But right now I'm either I'm lazy and also I'm tired because of work. I mean, I could start doing it, but most of the time I'm just lazy just because of work. And I mean, I would love to get back into it. I'm probably gonna do it maybe in the fall since like school is starting, and like I'm probably gonna live stream my my workouts. I would love to do that. That'd be cool. Live stream my
nice.
workouts. Yeah, yeah.
So why did you stop doing, or are you still doing the keto diet?
No, I'm not. No, I stopped just cause I don't know. I just kind of want to see. I don't know. I think I was just too lazy to just like keep doing it. I mean, I could definitely do it
How,
again,
how, how long did you do it for?
like about a year, year and a half. But before that, I was just working out, just plainly working out, and then I started doing the keto diet and implementing my workouts with it.
And you said that was the prime
Yeah, I want to say that
so
was
far?
like my prime.
Wow. Wow. On
I
the
was in really good
keto
shape.
diet.
Yeah, I was in pretty good shape.
Well, the great thing to hear too is that you kept to it for like over a year.
Yeah,
That's, what I mean? You'll see drastic
yeah, it was
changes
crazy. Like my
when you
body
keep the
just looks
diet in
so
a
different. I
year.
was like so lean. Like just looking at like my old
Wow.
Snapchats from last year, I'm like, wow, I was like so lean. Right now, I'm like, I'm starting to get that dad belly. I'm starting to lose like like my muscle. It's crazy, but I mean, I would
But you
love to.
said your stamina is the same.
What?
You said your stamina is the same
Yeah, I want to say
earlier, right?
yeah, I want to say my stamina is like the same. Like my stamina, I can last so long while running, like so long.
Hey, maybe okay. So the thing is, the interesting thing about the keto diet is I'm almost sure it's a really low carb based
Yeah,
diet as well,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
low carb, high protein.
Low carb. So the thing is, I know that from that your body becomes more active in being able to burn off fat
Yeah,
to use as muscle.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know I forget what that exact process is called,
Hmm.
but I know that the keto diet allows for your body to do that.
Yeah.
So if it is true that you do still have the same amount of stamina or somewhere near it, the
Hmm.
keto diet, doing that for over a year, changing your body, allowing to almost evolve in that way, allowed you to retain that stamina potentially.
Maybe, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know. It could be.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, I just miss working out. It's fun, like when I see a gym, I automatically want to go back to working out. I just see it and like I'm like, oh my god, like the vibe of it is just so sick. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so sick. Like the loud music, people just working out. You're sweaty.
And
Yeah.
I could never do it with the gym. I don't know
Why?
why.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know. It was just like I feel like I almost feel like I'm in the gym waiting. Even after I'm working out, I'm waiting. And I
Uh,
don't know why. I don't know why I have that feeling. It almost feels like I'm at the doctor's office just waiting for an appointment. Even
what?
after the appointment, I'm like, oh, I have to go to another appointment. Like I have to go to another doctor's meeting or something, and that's like the next set. I don't know why. It's always felt like that to me.
Hmm. How
But
about
like
you?
waiting
It,
for what? Like the muscle building process or just like
I think
building
I think
muscle and
I think doing the exercises, like physically doing the exercise, for whatever reason, I was never
yeah.
as stimulated about it. So I grew bored of it, and it became a chore
I
almost.
see.
Yeah.
And so I have to find something that can alter the way I perceive working out, doing exercises in a way where it's like very, very fun. Like for me, it's very fun to
Mm.
like just go outside and toss a football.
I see.
Toss a
Hmm.
Yeah.
football. It's real fun for me to just like go play some pickup. You know, like let's go play some 4v4 on the court nearby. All
Mm.
right, that's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
fun. Yeah.
let's go play some hacky sack. Let's go dribble like a soccer ball. But for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. When I'm just working out, you know, freely doing yoga, doing anything else, I it becomes a chore. I don't know why.
Uh,
We're at
yeah,
a
and if
fork.
it becomes a chore, it you lose the habit very quickly. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing
You
too
never
with
even
like
build the
with
habit.
yeah, yeah, and like the thing with like working out too though, like for me, I've definitely experienced moments like that where I've done only like one workout and I feel like, man, I need to get out of here. Like this feels like such a task.
Yeah,
But
sometimes.
you
Yeah.
know, that is just like to me, it was part of the process of like going to the gym because the thing that's so satisfying for me about the gym is that like you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation and overcoming that uncomfortable situation, and ultimately there's a satisfaction that you feel about that because you're doing something that's uncomfortable for you and you're overcoming this little plateau. Like for me, when I work out, it feels really good afterwards. Like there's a little
Yeah.
like
Yes.
hit a
Yeah.
dopamine where it's
That
like,
part,
It
oh,
yeah,
that
does. Yeah.
felt
Yeah.
good,
It
yeah.
does feel good.
The burn,
you know.
Yeah.
Exactly, the burn. You know, you push yourself that last rep. You know, you're like, oh, fuck it, I'll do one more. Boom, you know, and that feels so good. That's what I got like really hooked on with the gym, and like
yeah.
I've continued to go back to the gym, and even after coronavirus, dude, not much has changed. Like people wear masks at the gym, but like you're not required to wear one when you work out. At least not at Planet Fitness. And
Mm.
so I don't wear a mask at all. And like at the gym, they've always been very intensive about, you know, sanitation and cleaning up wherever you use or whatever. And so like I'm not very concerned about like catching corona at the gym. So I still go and not very few people actually wear masks. But I
Wait.
don't know.
Do you guys have like these effects like after working out or like doing some like activity? Cause I do. So like
What do you
okay,
mean?
okay. So for me, right? This is gonna sound weird, right? So whenever I'm done working out, right? I I instantly get a dopamine rush, right? But I also get horny. Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
boosts your testosterone. That's
Yeah, dude. I'm
that's
like
that's
I'm like I'm ready to
completely
go,
normal.
bro. I'm
Yeah,
like ready to go.
100% normal.
I feel like that for sure.
You guys feel that too?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes, it boosts your testosterone, and so
You
you
get
know
this
you get more
rush.
in touch with your manly side, and yeah, definitely,
Yeah. It's
definitely.
what you guys have
But
like any other
The,
effects like
the little general starts speaking a lot louder, you know?
the what?
exactly,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he gets awoken and he gets a little curious. He's like,
No.
what's all the movement going on out here? You
He said it gets a little
know.
curious. I'm done. That's funny. Do you guys like take cold showers after working out?
But
Cause I do. I mean, like depends on like the season, but if it's like the summer, I take a quick cold shower. It feels so good after working out. It feels so good. Like you feel
I
like
used to take
everything.
cold showers.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, I used to take cold showers every morning.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
there's also something like very satisfying about doing that too, because like most people would not do that. You
Yeah.
know, when you think
Yeah.
about waking up at 6, 7 a.m. and taking a cold shower, like I
That's
would go
not
on a
feel good.
run for 20, 30 minutes in the morning because going on runs right when you wake up is the best time if you want to do any cardio because you burn the most amount of fat.
It does seem
And
like it's the best.
yeah, like running on an empty stomach, you know, you rely on your muscles. um, the carbs and the ketones to basically exercise and like what you eat. And so I forgot what we were talking about. What were we talking
How like running in the morning, burning ketones.
Oh, cold showers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I would go on runs for 20 minutes and then take like a cold shower and like man, there's nothing more like just like refreshing and like satisfying than taking a cold shower.
Yeah.
After you do it, you're like, damn, I can't believe I really just did that. Like that sucked, but we powered through it and I did it. And that
Hey.
is a big like mental booster for me personally. And like it was an amazing way to start my day because I would feel like yeah, like I would just feel like, okay, what's next? You know, it
Dang.
really woke me up to
You
taking a
prep
cold
yourself.
shower and like
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
should
it's
probably
a
do
big
that.
like slap in the face, like, all right, let's go.
I
Time to
should
get
probably
going.
I should probably do
Yeah.
that. I need to start doing that.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that people on YouTube talk about all the time
Yeah.
because it like has so many positive benefits, and I would encourage anybody to try it out. You know,
Hey, I feel like most people would either fall either with the they're fans of cold showers or they're fans of hot showers. Um, Man, to me, when you were talking about those cold showers, I feel like the exact same benefits of what you were talking about I get from hot showers as well. So
oh
like
yeah,
instead of like a warm, right? Instead of like a warm or like a chill shower, like a super cold
yeah,
shower or a super hot shower, both of
yeah,
those extreme temperature change, you know what I mean, environments tests that for me, and I definitely get that. I definitely get that. Like for me, it's not so much a slap in the face. It's like it almost just like spices my body up, so I regain control in an environment that I'm ready to go for. It like sharpens my
yeah.
mind and gets me ready. Like, okay, what time is it? 6 a.m., 7 a.m. How's my day looking? What am I doing?
Mhm.
Yeah. Wait, so with hot showers that happens to you? Like you get like this kind of like burst of energy?
The rush,
That's
the
weird.
rush,
I think for
the
me
rush
it
to
gets me
like
tired.
optimally think about things and structure my day out like logistically in my head.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
what am I looking at 9 a.m.? What am I looking at 11 a.m.? Am I doing lunch or on 12 or 1? Like, you know what I mean?
I
But I
see.
don't think it's necessarily bad as well because I think if you lock yourself in that way, there are obviously benefits, but I think for some people they don't want to live on the same base. You know what I mean? The same routine day by day. Some people just don't want to do that, and that's completely fair. And I'll have days where I'm not like that.
Mm.
Mhm. I
Hey.
think it's good to have a routine and a structure every morning, because some things are so trivial that it's not even worth thinking about. Like brushing your teeth, you shouldn't even have to think about it all.
Yeah,
You know, you
exactly.
should just wake up every morning,
Do it.
brush your
Yeah,
teeth,
that's
take a
true.
shower, do a
Definitely.
run, do whatever you need to do. For me personally, like if I don't have a routine, I lose track of time. Like I waste time very easily. Um, I'm always the type of person where I like to have some sort of like structure or plan and
Mm.
like a to-do list. I always
Same
set
me.
like a to-do list and like a mental to-do list, like just three things that I want to take care in a day.
Yeah, same
Kind
me.
of gets me where I. Same with you too.
Yeah, that's me too. Just like how like
Okay.
how a couple days ago we planned things out, such as going to the casino. Right? Right? It was twice. It was twice. We had some casino adventures 2 days like in 1 week.
Dude, we don't speak about that, man.
What happened? I was playing,
Just
but no,
lost. We lost some money,
yeah,
but
we
you
lost
win
some
some,
money.
you lose some.
Yeah, yeah, you
That's
win
all
some,
I
you
gotta
lose
say.
some. Hey, you guys want to talk about the story how I told Eric to put 100 down on black and he did that in one? Isn't that right, Eric?
Did that
Hey,
actually happen?
I think there's another story where it could have been tripled.
It could have been tripled, but
Could
he
have been
didn't listen.
tripled. But hey, at the same time though, you know what? The big thing here is there's poker.
Yeah.
There's poker now, and that getting poker into the mix. of Melee. What a great time, you know? It's like what a good time to spend the night.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Wait. You guys
Yeah,
played
Eric.
Oh yeah. You guys played poker like after going to the casino?
Yeah, we went to Jaden's house, and
Really?
we played poker until like 5 or like 4 or 5 a.m. And
Damn.
it was winner take all, and
Winner
so
take
it
all.
was me and Eric. Yeah, it was me and Eric in the finals, and eventually I just got too tired, man. It was like 4 or 5, and I was like dead, and I just went all in and just lost. How much
Dang.
did you win, Eric?
We had the
I think
top
I
pair
still have
with
to
the
pay.
ace. I think it took him 100.
Wait.
Oh
Wait. So
yeah.
wait. So how about like the liquor store after the casino? After we went to casino, how much did you waste for the drinks?
No liquor was purchased.
No liquor, no
Yeah,
beer,
no,
nothing like that.
Yep.
Dang. So you
Jaden
guys,
had some Bud lattes already ready. Like he
but you
said he
said
had
Bud
them for Eric
lattes.
like yeah, like a couple of days ago. Right,
We had the
Eric? You said
porter
he
ready to go.
Dang.
Well,
Okay.
beautiful, beautiful thing to happen.
That is a beautiful thing to happen. Wait, you guys just played? You guys just played poker and like nothing else? Like no blackjack, nothing like that?
mm, a little bit of melee, of course, but
Yeah.
no. But I like poker because I also like trade cryptocurrency. I day trade a little bit, and
Mm.
poker has a lot of similarities to
Oh, okay. What
your
just happened?
head. A lot of it is mental. That's what I learned from playing with Eric because Eric was very strategic with his, with the way he was just acting and just like coming off. And so it threw me off a lot because Eric was very unpredictable. And with poker, you kind of have to also like just manage your own risks too, and be very attentive to like what's going on. And but mostly it's just a fight with yourself, and that's why I really enjoy playing poker. And I wanted to play again. Like it kind of kind of found like a newfound hobby
Oh,
in playing that game of poker.
oh
So yeah,
dang.
hopefully we can play some more games of poker. Isaac, have you played any poker?
No, I've never played poker. Yeah, I've never played it. I kind of want to get into it. It sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Well, you'll have to come over sometime
Yeah,
when we
one
go to
day.
Jaden's.
Yeah, one day I'm gonna have to go to Jaden's and play with you guys. You guys have to teach me though, cause I don't know anything about it. And like it'd be so sick to like stream it though. Stream it like gamble
Oh yeah.
live. That sounds
Oh,
sick. Hey, no, but another thing that I would love to do is like stream us going to the casino. That'd be sick. Like just imagine like us telling like Eric put 100 down or 300 down and put it on black and he wins on stream. That'd be sick. That'd be so sick, dude.
yeah, and then imagine if he loses.
That'd be sick too.
That would be
No,
sick.
just like no,
You
cause
think out of the
it's
way.
content, dude. No, I'm just playing. Wait. So wait,
Yeah,
so
you
what?
should.
Well, keep going, keep going.
No, I was just gonna say you should have recorded when I lost 100 on roulette when I bet it
I did,
on red.
I did.
You did.
Bro.
Yeah, I have it. I just haven't posted it.
Oh,
Wow. Hey, it's
well,
good to
don't
always
post
have
it yet.
someone to
Send me that
communicate
first.
with.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I send that. Is it the one where like you were like, where you were like, where you had your hands behind your head? And
I was already down like $300 or something like that. So I was like,
yeah,
fuck it.
like fuck it, put a 100 down. Hey, but that's sick though. Like the fearless came out, right? The fearlessness came out because Jaden taught us a different way of looking, going to the casino. He's a fearless
Yeah,
player.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, yeah, like he's a fearless player, right? Like, it was like something new that like we saw. It was like that's not us. Like what we do is like we're just careful with how much we spend. But with Jaden, he's
So,
like, no, I'm spending
so Isaac,
three hundred
Mhm.
dollars.
so Isaac, I'd hate to interject you right
It's all
there,
good. Yeah.
but that what you just brought up was so important. So when you were talking about how Jaden felt really comfortable and just like going right in, like
Yeah.
playing high stakes right away,
Mm.
that's the same approach I take to poker. So when
Really?
Dolph was talking earlier about poker, about like, oh yeah, it's just like coming off, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I think that was very, very similar, and I just caught that immediately because Jaden's a, like you were explaining, Jaden's a god at gambling almost, you know.
Yeah.
But like, he had a bad night, but like everyone will. But like when he's on, and
He is.
he actually can play pretty well. But yeah, you can continue there. That
Wait.
was just an
Oh yeah, yeah,
interesting thing I did.
yeah. So yeah, Jaden is like a fearless player. The first time we went,
Yeah,
it was me, Dolph, and Jaden. If you guys don't know who Jaden is, he's just a friend of ours who plays Smash
B
Bros.
man.
Yeah, B Mac, the B Mac Slayer, Max
Yeah.
Slayer. Yeah, but yeah, the first time we went, he was just like he had like the craziest luck. We couldn't understand it. He had the craziest luck, dude. I keep saying this, dude. Like, it was crazy. Like every machine he won at least $100. Then like he won in blackjack also, but he put
You
everything
know,
down. He put everything down on blackjack and won. I'm like, dude, come on.
yeah,
He has a
and
history with casinos.
Yeah, and like going
Yeah.
to just gambling, and he goes to poker tournaments too. He's crazy, and he had like crazy luck with like Bitcoin too. So yeah, yeah, it was a pretty funny
yeah, we
thing.
were. I think Isaac and I were talking about that after we left
Yeah,
because Isaac and I had the mentality of like, okay, we want to have this amount of money, and
yeah,
we're okay with losing this amount of money,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically. And he had a different mentality because he started with $10 that he
Oh
got for
yeah,
free,
oh
and he
yeah.
built his way up to $300, 400
Yeah.
because this man had just like
That's so crucial.
he was not emotionally attached to those $10 at all because he got them for free, first of all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But like he had that mentality throughout the night at every single point. Like he won
Yeah.
$100 or like 150 right away off those $10, like boom. And it was actually an accident too because he accidentally pressed max
Oh yeah,
bet and then
yeah.
he got like a bonus and
I'm
then
like,
just like was
what?
up 150.
It was
But
crazy, man.
at not a single point throughout the night did he just like was like, oh no, I need to chill out. I'm up
Yeah,
150, like I'm
yeah,
not gonna
not
win.
single.
This man just kept going, kept winning bonuses. Like he just kept max bexing it and like winning
Yeah,
bonuses.
it was
And
crazy.
Wow.
when I was playing, I noticed that I would hit bonuses every now and then, but I would like lose $20 and then I'd win 40 and then I'd lose 40 and then I'd win 80. And I was staying relatively just like no, I was staying at the same place. I was going nowhere. Where this man just kept stacking it up because he just like had that mentality of just like going in, did not care. And I
Did
felt
you
like
have
that
min
was
bets
my
for
downfall.
your slots? Were you going min bet?
That's what I usually
I
do.
was at first. I was at first, and then I noticed that like, okay, I need to like just max bet it every now and then.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
that's what just Jaden was trying to like max bet at every point.
Because he had the
And I
money.
noticed that a lot of people. Well, no, dude. I noticed a lot of people at the casino. They did the same thing. They all like try to or bet as much as they can, because for me, like I just go to the casino have like a good time mostly
Same.
just to have like mess around. But like if you want to be strategic with it, you have to like kind of win your money quick and get out. You don't want to like stay there too
I
long because
Yeah.
if
I
you do,
did
the
the
odds are against you and you will
yeah.
lose if you stay too long. And that's just what
I did
happened with
the
with me. I was there too long. I was up at some point, and then
Yeah.
next thing you know, I'm down $300, and I'm like, well, shit,
Dude, especially
you
Jaden though,
know.
cause
But
dude, especially Jaden because the first time we went, it was he won like $300 and like a couple days later we go again as the group, including Eric too. He was there, and like he lost everything. He lost everything he earned. He was so salty.
mhm.
But before we got there, like what Jaden was doing, he was freestyling in the car, just roasting us. Jaden is so dumb, dude. It's like,
I really enjoyed Jaden's freestyling
yeah,
though.
it was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I think he man, I've seen a few smashers in Minnesota that freestyle.
Yeah.
And Jaden's definitely on the upper echelon of the freestylers, for
Dang.
sure, for
Wait,
sure.
I
wait,
would agree. I would agree.
really? Really? Wait,
Yeah,
so
man, he's actually has some like skill. Like he's definitely
he does.
dedicated a lot of time to it.
That's true. But the only thing that kind of like makes it a little corny is his voice. I feel like his voice kind
Here
of
and
just
there,
makes it.
here and there,
Yeah, it's like
like pitch wise.
yeah,
Every
yeah,
every rapper though, like every SoundCloud rapper has that little raspy voice though.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I think anybody could be a rapper to be honest. Like
It's
it doesn't
true.
take a whole lot of skill. Like you just, put the 808s out and
It's true.
rap a few verses over them and next thing you know you're on SoundCloud hitting 1 million views.
That's
yeah. I think
true.
it's hard to
But
be a good rapper though.
That's true. You gotta have
yeah,
like
Yeah, like you actually have to like go above and beyond, and like put in the
yeah,
time to really own and perfect that craft, but also like be able to introduce the creations that will define your own characteristics and like your personality in every song or every verse. Because when I was listening to Jaden, it's like he's just freestyling, So it's like he's just kind of spitting and flowing and cruising.
yeah,
So it's not really so much his material. But when he played on his song that he was like he actually recorded of himself, it sounded very different from his freestyle.
it does. So
Yeah, and
hey,
so there's some factors there.
so one thing that I feel like really good artists, like okay, what I feel like a lot of like really good artists like their skill is they have like a concept, right? That's what I feel. I feel like good artists have like a concept. Like XXX
Mhm.
Tentacion, he has like his own concept or like his own vision or his own style, you know what I mean? Of how they artistically express themselves. Like each artist like okay, like X, he has like that like emo, like rock or like heavy metal and type of influence, and it sounds like really different than like any average rapper. We have like Lil Peep, who's like a punk rock type, influence. It's like it's really different. And who else? We have like
the thing
Travis
is there's a
Scott.
lot of
What?
there's a lot of emotion too that plays into it too. Like they rap with a lot of emotions and that a
Yeah.
lot of people can relate to those emotions.
Mhm.
And I think that that's what really attracts most people to them. And
Mhm.
but what were you saying about Travis Scott?
Yeah, Travis Scott is more like a aesthetically like aesthetic type of style. Like I don't know, for me I always imagine like just me and like this like psychedelic type, spacey type environment, and it's like I just love it. Like his echo, like the way like every time he raps, like the echoes and everything, I just love it. It's like I'm
Yeah.
like flying through like the sky.
It's interesting. It's the concept of Travis Scott brings me back to like the graduation album of Kanye.
Really?
It's like a
Yeah.
similar concept to me. It's right. It's
Hmm.
like where it's you're kind of your own man, following you're doing your own thing, and like this going to this, you know what I mean, the sky and like the stars
Mhm.
means you're finding your own way. You're going through a lot of things in life. You know what I mean? So it's like it's the same concept of like being able to find out who you are, going through these hard experiences, and like being able to fully express who you are as a person.
Yeah, personally, I've never listened to like Kanye, like or like old Kanye, nothing like that. So I don't
Old
have like.
Kanye is a legend. Old Kanye is classic Kanye.
Wait, so when did
Yeah.
Kanye start to like change his music?
Maybe like '08, 2010, something like
Dang,
that.
that's already like 10 years ago. Wow,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's a long time.
His first two albums were very different from like a bunch.
Yeah,
It was like, do you know the 808s and Heartbreak album?
yeah, yeah. I listened to it like
I,
once
I
and
think
I
I
just
think that's the first one that like kind of took a
changed.
completely different path.
Oh, I see, I see. And that's what kind of like
I like
defines
that one
Kanye
though.
now.
I like that one too. I like that one too. I think it's a great transition. Usually, like these guys that stay around will usually have great transitional albums, and
Except
no one ever talks about them. But they're just like, yeah, this is cool.
but
You
not
know?
Eminem though. Eminem is ass now.
Yeah, I don't think Eminem's getting the same.
He's not the
You know what I
same.
mean? Like the same reviews and praise that he was once getting.
Yeah, he's a robot now. He's
But,
not
but it's,
like because
yeah,
back then his music was like really really good. He was struggling. Like you can tell he was struggling. Like
yeah,
with the motion he was conveying, the beats and everything. Like that's the best Eminem I feel. And like
yeah.
nowadays it's just him being a robot and just like rapping fast. about talking
And
talking about his haters.
I was gonna say from the standpoint of I could see where Eminem is not like trying to go too crazy with his music nowadays, or even within the past decade,
Yeah.
because if he's like what he's doing right now is he's just doing what he loves. And that's not so much like traveling and doing the tour thing and you know what I mean, like as much as he once was
Uh-huh.
before. Because like you look at his career really early on, this guy's traveling everywhere so often. But like you look at him now, he's like sitting by himself in his house or like in the street, you know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
he makes it well known that he doesn't go out and he's just like doing his thing, which I think in a way
It's good
that's
mentally wise.
that's the win of life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
the win. Like he's doing what he genuinely
I want to do.
wants to, what he's entertained by. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
it's like I think for him it's a completely different story. And I think
Yeah.
Kanye could probably do the same, but Kanye, you know, he might enjoy different parts of, you know what I'm saying, of
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
musician
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. I see.
Because I can totally see like also the love for producing, the love for producing and mixing and just being behind the studio. That's that's definitely something that a lot of people they don't talk about as much, but there are a lot of lovers of the studio, just
Do
in
you
the
like
back.
his most recent album? Like, because he's taken a more a different approach now, and like he's more centered about like his faith, really like his Christianity. Have you
Oh
do you like his new
yeah.
stuff or no?
Me or
Yeah, either you do you guys have you guys listened to his new stuff or no?
What's it called?
a little bit.
What's the newest one called? Cause I think I listened to it like just a little bit. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, well after like The Life of Pablo, I feel like that's when that really started.
Like the Christianity thing, like the concept.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not a big like Kanye fan at all. Like I don't
Same.
really follow Kanye like that.
Same.
Yeah,
I probably
I've
like Travis
definitely
Scott a little bit
dropped
more.
off dropped off from his music for sure for me.
Uh, to me, okay. To me, like, okay. Speaking of Travis Scott, I think my favorite album of his is it's Rodeo. It's something that I always like bring up all the time. It's a rodeo. It's a rodeo, and then after that, it's uh, what's it called, like Suge Night? What's it called? The second, the one after. How did I forget
The
about
Birds
it?
in the Trap
Yeah,
sing
Birds in the
McKnight.
Trap. Yeah, how did I forget about the name? Yeah, Birds in the Trap. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my second favorite Travis album. And then after
Have you
that,
guys seen you guys seen the documentary on Netflix about Travis Scott?
no, no, I did not know there's a new. I
What's it
didn't think there was a
called?
documentary.
There's a really cool documentary about him and his like the creation of Astro World
Oh,
and
really?
like how he came up. Yeah, like how Astro World was like the amusement park where that he went to growing up and like it was
Oh, Astro
I'm
World.
not sure if he built
Um,
an amusement park again because they tore it down. They tore it down, but
Yeah,
I think he did build like a new
that's
amusement type
crazy.
thing.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy that he was able to do that.
yeah, wow,
That's
wow,
sick.
wow.
That's
Because
that's
That's
like
wild.
crazy.
he came up from like a very small city. Like it was a very I
No,
forget the name of the city, but it
I
was
think he's from
small.
Houston. I think he's from.
They
No, wait,
just
he's not
like
Houston.
is he?
I think I don't know. He might be from Houston. I think.
No, I forget the name of the city. It was not Houston. It was a I forget what it was, but it was a pretty small little city or town.
That's sick though. He has
But
that.
anyways,
He has that much money to make an amusement park. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fire. Like
have you gone to any of his concerts, Isaac?
no, no. I was kind of sad that I didn't go to one concert. He came like in December, right? Last year, 2 years ago, when Astro World was like,
Yeah,
yeah. I did not go to it. I wish I went to it. I don't know why I didn't go. Did you go?
no, I didn't. But
Dude, I
like,
wish I went.
uh, many people have said that like the experience of his concerts is really what like
It's sick.
really
It's
what they
crazy.
like about him the most. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like it's crazy because he does like really crazy stuff. Like he'll jump out into the crowd. Like
Yeah.
it's just really just like expressive in that like you have this moment to like really just like let loose and just like really express yourself and let any emotions out, and like I've been to concerts and like
Sounds
they
sick.
all feel like that, but I've always wanted to go to like a Travis Scott one just
Dude,
because like
same.
a lot of people say that like it really like just like changed their life in a way because like you have an opportunity, a moment to like really just like forget about everything going on in life because in life everybody has their own shit going on, you know.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that today, how like there's 8 billion people in the world, there's 8 billion different experiences going on at every instance, at every moment in life, and like life is just like, I don't know, incredibly just like precious and like you always just have to appreciate every single moment, you never know it could be your last.
Yeah. Wait, so have you seen those Travis Scott concert or just rapper concert compilations of how like crazy it is?
There are
Um,
compilation
Yeah,
videos of
yeah,
these.
yeah. They're compilation videos of how
Wow.
crazy like those concerts are. Like there's like a Travis Scott
I
concert and
don't,
he was like I guess in the crowd and like everyone was like this huge crowd was just like following him. It was crazy. I'm like, wow, like that sounds
Has
so
he, has
sick.
he has he ever suffered like something from like fans or audience
I
members?
don't think so, but I remember Post Malone, I think, or Takashi, like they like jumped off the stage and like they actually fell on the ground because no one caught them. Like everyone purposely moved out of the way. Everyone literally moved out of the way, and the artist fell.
That's good.
It was so funny.
Oh man.
It's funny.
What a time when you just want to have a good time, but then
Yeah,
everyone blows it.
that's like sad, but like really funny. But in the end, it's like super duper sad. Everyone just like moves out of the way, and like they just let you fall. I'm like, oh no.
You know what? The world needs that though.
Yeah,
That's what makes the world the world. You know what I mean? We kind of need that stuff to be like, yeah, we're humans.
yeah. But dang, I imagine like how like the artist felt after. Like they broke bones. They broke bones. They broke bones and like they just have to get up and like they have to like the walk of shame
Yeah.
back to the
Oh
stage.
man.
Damn.
I remember seeing a lot of like those performances like growing up. I don't know why, but I always saw people falling off the stage when they were performing.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's
And
really funny.
it's a moment of reality that you laugh at because it's like it's so funny. But if you were to put yourself in those shoes,
Yeah.
God, what a moment to like, you know what I mean? What an unfortunate moment in life.
I swear. Yeah, that would be
It's so
bad.
fucked up. It really is.
Yeah. Wait, so have you been to any other concerts, Dolph? Like besides I don't know, like you haven't told me any concerts that you've been to.
my most recent one was Starfucker, and that was at First Avenue, and
Ooh.
that was an amazing concert experience for me.
Was that
Um,
before COVID?
that it was Yeah, it was way before COVID. It was like a year or two before COVID.
Wait, so
It was a while ago, but
wait, so,
I
so
haven't really gone to one since. And like they were gonna come back to Minneapolis here, but COVID had different plans and
dang.
they had to reschedule. But I was really looking forward to going to this new one, but it got rescheduled. But I don't know. I just had an amazing time at that concert because it's a different type of music. But it was something where I could like it was weird because like I was vibing on a different level to this music because like it definitely just like I don't know, I was just resonating with it with the music just really well. Like it was just a
Were
great
you with
experience.
people that you know, you go in a group?
I was just with one other friend and we were both like fans of these guys and like it was a great experience for both of us and yeah, like we said that like 100% we would do it again because they were really good performers too because I was at Two Door Cinema Club too recently too, and they were okay performers. The music was good, but their performing was kind of like boring. And like these guys, Starfucker, they will throw out like uh basically like inflatable animals and then jump on them and then jump into the crowd.
What the
And then you're like carrying this like inflatable geese, an inflatable like swan that's carrying like
Wow.
this person and then they're wearing astronaut suits. So it's just like
what is
crazy. Just it's
happening?
just craziness. Yeah, it's weird, but it's just like really it's really cool.
Wait, so what genre of music did Starfucker play?
It's kind of like an indie electric type music. I don't really know how to categorize it other than just indie in that it's very different than most music, but it's a little bit alternative, but it's mostly just like very oriented around like beats and just like
I see. Oh, I see. I
very
see.
soft vocals and stuff like that.
I see.
Chill vibe, super chill vibe.
So wait, so it's
Yeah, if you guys want to listen or look them up, it's Golden Light by
uh
Starfucker. That's probably like
okay.
their best song.
All right. I'm gonna check it out after. Sounds sick. Wait, so
Yeah.
would you like would you say it's similar to like dubstep just because it's like beats? How dubstep is like beats and music is Starfucker kind of like that in terms of just beats and music and soft vocals. What's happening?
I can't I can't really hear you.
Oh wait, can you hear me right now?
It's a little robotic.
That's weird. What is it actually? Like, hey Eric, is it robotic for you?
No.
Eric's
Whoa.
camera is frozen. I think it's my internet.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
my
you, dude.
internet.
You're like, yeah, you're lagging.
I gotta call Xfinity again, man.
Damn.
Well,
That's what
hey,
sucks. Okay, it looks like it's
is it
better now,
right
but
now for you?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Hey, wait. So yeah.
it
So
sucks because.
no, keep going.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, will you compare Starfucker's music to like dubstep? It's like beats and music and soft vocals. Like just
No, no, not at
how
all.
about EDM?
This is very like unique. No, it's very unique. Like I
Really?
said, it's hard to categorize it because it's very indie in that it's like I have not heard music like this before, and like
Okay.
I really like it. Like it resonates well with like how I feel.
Wait. So how does it resonate well with how you feel?
I don't know, man. It just like if I don't know if you have that like type of music or like that song that you just like listen to and that like it just really vibes well with you. Like it's like an almost like an eargasm almost in a way too, and that like the music you
Would you
just it's
say
like
it vibes with like what's going on in your life right now? Is it a song that like you could vibe with
yeah.
5 years ago, like 10 years? Is it timeless? Is it something maybe that like you would enjoy this particular part of the day, or like you know what I mean? Does it bring back memories for you? What does it do for you?
I like the word you used, the timeless. I would use that word to
Mhm.
describe it. And that like when I
Beautiful.
listen to it, I lose track of time and like for that moment in time I'm like at peace and like I can just, forget about anything going on and just like really just like listen to music. When you listen to
Euphoria.
music, you have to, yeah, exactly, Euphoria. And they have a song called Euphoria, and that's one way that I would describe it.
Dang.
Um,
You know what? It's I don't know. I just kind of feel like getting into it, just cause like the
yeah.
how you're describing it,
Starfuckers, right?
huh?
Yes,
Starfuckers?
Yeah, yeah.
it's Starfucker, but it's spelled Strfkr,
Okay.
Okay.
so that it's not actually spelled out because otherwise they would get
Yeah.
censored. And so it's like it's almost kind of like a weird acronym, but not really an
Yeah.
acronym.
Okay.
Just a very just condensed way of saying it.
Yeah. Speaking of uh,
But
of, of
yeah, you
like
guys,
speaking of like Euphoria, or like you get lost track in time. I think for me, video game music somewhat does that to me. But I mean like
Mm.
just like tiny how do you say like selective amounts of songs or music. Like for me, like a song that resonates with me in a way is always the Mario 64 music. I love Mario 64 music. Like the sea levels, like the that like you guys know that Mario painting it's like a spider, like the spider level, like the spider painting in Mario 64.
Mm.
I love that music.
no.
I love it's like and like you guys know Aquatic Ambience from Donkey Kong Country 2, I think. That's like another one that I love. It's like
You have
I
like
like I
nostalgia,
like the
right?
Pokemon ones
it's
too.
nostalgia, but it's also like this like I guess you could also say like a free flowing type of a
Yeah.
like feeling or I don't know something like that. It's like how I was describing like Travis Scott, something like that. like free flowing,
Yeah.
like smooth. I love that. It's like really calming. With Travis
I
Scott, it's not
was
really
I was
really calming.
I was just saying that I feel like the all the Pokemon games on the Game Boys
Yeah.
were like that type of music is like timeless to me
Ooh.
because they were really able to capture that feeling of like you going out there and having an adventure. You know what I mean? You were by yourself doing your own thing, catching all these different Pokemon, but at the same time it was that specific vibe that that you know what I mean. It'll stick with you wherever you go, whatever you experience, however old you are. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was iconic. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I love playing Pokemon, and like I feel bad for anybody who did not grow up playing Pokemon. Like if you did not join Pokemon,
I didn't
I don't
Me
know
either.
what
too.
was going I don't know what was wrong with you. There was something very fun about playing Pokemon for some reason. Just like the what you described, the adventure of it, something
Dude,
new.
beating the gyms were like fun every single run through. I don't that's as like
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's like you play the game, you beat the gym. Okay, now I kind of know what I need to do to beat this gym, but it's still fun to beat them anytime. And like you know what I mean? Every single time after that, after you play like a new run through or like people play another game and it's just like, okay, I kind of know what I need to do here. But it's just super fun to beat the gyms, catch more Pokemon, get more access to like different items, and different moves. And so it's just like it I think that like building aspect is what really binds in a lot of people
Mhm.
to it. And so it's like that. Maybe it's that euphoria can kind of do the same thing for you. It's like when you're feeling euphoric, you can feel like there's something, you kind of live life almost observationally, and the things just come straight to you. So you accept them for what they are. And same feeling with Pokemon. You obviously go out there, but you get new access to different things, and you take them for what it is. You choose what you want, and it's very free flowing. So there's no structure. There's nothing, super rigid that's coming your way that you're gonna know is gonna hit you right. Even if you do know it's coming, it's just gonna give you that great euphoric feeling.
Hmm.
That's what I feel like it when it goes back on with the music.
I see. Yeah,
Was
Pokemon
that was
games.
that too deep, Isaac?
No, 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 dude. No, but for me, like Pokemon games, I just never really got Pokemon games. The first Pokemon game I played was Black and White, and I played like 5 or 10 minutes, and I just put it down. I'm like, I don't get this.
That's your first.
Yeah, I never really grew up with Pokemon. Yeah,
So you're one of the people that Dolph feels sorry for.
yeah, yeah,
Same with me.
yeah,
Yeah, man, I feel bad.
yeah.
You know, it's 2020 now though. We live in a world where you can actually play Pokemon on your phone.
That's
I
true.
downloaded an emulator and I play on it sometimes. So if you want, I can send you it so you can play it sometimes. Because dude,
I used to do it on my computer.
you're
Not,
missing out.
nah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good, dude. I'm good. I'm good. Wait, so you guys play like
Um,
you guys like playing RPGs? Like, cause if you play
Not
Pokemon, I feel
anymore.
like
I haven't really played too many now. I don't really play games now, to be honest. Besides Melee.
besides Melee. I see.
No.
Same, same.
Wait.
Yeah, I can only stand playing Melee.
So you guys are not getting like PS4 or Xbox? Or, I mean PS5 or Xbox Series X? Yeah, you guys are not getting that?
Uh, I did grow up with the PlayStation series. Like I bought the
Okay.
PlayStation 1, I had the 2, I had the 3, and I got the 4,
Huh.
and I'm probably gonna get the 5, but not right away.
Not
Like
right
I'm not
away.
gonna shell out 700 or however much you're gonna sell it for.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not that big of a
Game.
PS4 enthusiast or a PlayStation
Yeah.
enthusiast anymore,
Uh huh.
where I was in the past, what like during my PlayStation 1 and 2 days.
Wait. Wait. So like during that, like, okay, okay. Since you said you had a PS3, right? You were like you played Call of Duty, right? Because I remember you telling me you played. I remember you told me you played Call of Duty. So I'm assuming you
Yes.
got to experience those lobbies in Modern Warfare.
Yes.
You
I
did?
definitely had my COD days. Yes,
Yeah.
I started playing Call of Duty 2
Yeah.
and Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty was the
That's
best
the
Call of
biggest
Duty
one.
game, period. And that if you were around during that time, that game would get you hooked on Call of Duty. And
Yes,
I
it
was
was.
hooked on Call of Duty for a couple of years. Like I remember my high school, my junior year, many days where I would just like come home from school and
Right
just like
away.
game COD until
I
like the end of the night.
swear.
Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was so
yeah.
Trust me.
addicting. There's something very satisfying about like going on kill streaks and stuff like that. And it's just like when you think
Getting
about it now,
Moab
it's kind
after
of fucked up
Moab.
because like you were just like, yeah, the Moabs, bro.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
I got so
Moabs.
many
Yeah.
Moabs, but like
You got Moabs?
you
I
look,
never got a Moab.
damn, that's sad.
I know it is sad. I
A
know.
nuke is where it's at.
I'm so dude. I'm just so bad at shooters. Like, dude.
That's
Okay,
so
so,
funny. That,
so
that's
just
so funny that Doc just explained that because I had that exact same experience. Like where I remember, like I would just come home after high school and I would just jump on 360 from like 6 7
I
p.m. all the
swear.
way to like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
with my friends every night.
Mm,
And we were just going bored.
those are the days.
It got me ready for melee.
Ooh.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of like mindless killing though, and a big
It
waste of
was.
time
Yeah,
is
it
what I
was. It
realized.
was.
I remember my senior year, I came to the realization that I was like, okay, I'm wasting my time mindlessly doing this game, which is a
Yeah.
complete repetition, just complete cycle
Yes.
of
Yes.
mindless killings. You go on kill streaks, that's it. You know, a little dopamine rush, and
Yeah.
that's it. And I recognize that, and I'm like, I'm done wasting my time playing this game. But with Melee, it was always a little bit different because with Melee, there's much more complexity to
Yeah.
Melee because there's also like a mental aspect too,
Yeah.
because your mentality can change very quickly.
Yep.
And depending on how your mentality is
And how
at
you
a
use
given
it.
tournament, it will basically lead to the outcome. Like if you're not feeling it, if you're feeling kind of iffy, you're not going to play well. And if you're feeling confident and you're feeling like it's a good day, then you'll play well. And like for
Yeah.
me, there was a lot of like battling with that, and that's kind of why I stuck with Melee and I didn't stick with like COD
Mm,
because COD was getting me nowhere. But with
yeah.
Melee, it a lot of things that you learn in Melee can be applied to life.
Yeah.
I would say,
I
I don't
agree.
know if you guys had similar experiences, but
I agree.
I had a lot of plateaus in Melee, and it took me a long time to overcome them. And, there's still so many plateaus, that we don't even know about. And like, that's what has like kept me with Melee for so long. And if it weren't for my finger pains that I'm experiencing, I'd probably play a lot more Melee.
Mm,
Hey, do you think for Melee right now you could make the PR soon, or like within a couple seasons?
Yeah, I'd say by the end of this year, if I really
Wow.
grinded,
ooh.
I could do it. I've taken
Wow.
games off. I've taken games off PR members already. Like that's not
That's sick.
a very difficult thing to do. Like for
Wow.
me, it's more so just being consistent and like that mentality aspect of it too. Because like there's days where I will lose and I will bust her out to people who are way below my level, and that really will get to your head and it'll ruin your day, and it might even affect your mentality for a few tournaments. And that's what happened to me. If I'm on
Hey.
point,
Uh,
then I'll be doing a good job. I'll
Hey,
perform
so
well.
there, so I think there might have been a cutoff right that
yeah.
just then, like just a second or so. But I was gonna ask you, like, so what was your mindset or your mentality in like like from what you can remember of when you did beat PR players or like taking, you know what I mean? You made it more competitive with them. You were kind of hitting them on their level. Like, what was your mind going through, or how was your mindset when you played?
Well, that's an interesting question because I remember I played Lexer. I forget what his first name is right now, but
Jez.
I went to his house. Isaac brought me to his house
Oh
and we
yeah.
played a little bit. And I was like playing very nonchalant and I'm like, no pressure, just chilling with the
Mm,
homies. And I was taking games off him, like we were going back and forth, and I was like, okay, I feel like if I have the same mentality in tournament, I can beat this guy. And I've beaten him like twice in tournament. I think the last two times I
Dang,
played him, I beat
sick.
him. And like that really helped me out because I'm like, okay, these PR players, like, there's really these guys are obviously like good. They grind, they put the time in, they put the work in. You know, there's a reason why they're PR members,
Mhm.
but it's not something that's like unattainable whatsoever.
It's
You
true.
know, if you have the right mindset, if you grind, if you put the hours in, you can get
Yeah.
there. You know, and that's what I realized when I was playing him, and like even playing Isaac sometimes here at the crib, or Charlie when he comes over. Like I feel good whenever I beat Charlie because like Charlie's incredibly good, you
Mm.
know, and like and it's just very satisfying and like makes you think like, okay, if I have the right mindset, if I'm on point, I
Yeah.
can do it,
Yeah, it's
you
true.
know?
I,
And
I
I'm sure
agree.
That's good.
everybody has felt that
That's
way
what you
too.
need. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so
That's great to hear.
okay, have you guys ever felt like, when you guys start playing Melee and you guys play Slayer for the first time, do you guys ever feel like it's unattainable? Cause that was me back then. I'm like, dude, how am I gonna beat Slayer? He's like so good. He adapts so fast. How
Yep.
can I beat him in the
Yep.
future? And like it was like it
100%.
just felt like it was like super unattainable. But until you put the time and work and time in, like you slowly start going up the ranks. You slowly start understanding the game more and more, and like yeah, you just like you you just bust some nuts and beat some butts.
I think what you're describing right now is like amazing, and it's one of the things that is very very exclusive to Melee. The so it's I've had this talk with so many smashers, like it's the entire like the complex of how am I going to get this good, and how am I getting better without noticing.
Yeah.
There's going to be some, like, when you're playing people, you start to slowly catch on to like a lot of things that you won't even consciously think about. That, like, you start to notice things. This is where I feel like a lot of habits come in, like reading habits rather. You're not really looking for it. You're kind of playing your game, but you're gonna notice it, and that's gonna slowly start to happen. And the cool thing with Melee is that it presents so many different situations where when you're playing so much of Melee, for maybe Call of Duty, it was like, a little bit more brain dead. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, it was
But
super
for
brain dead.
Melee, it's yeah, but for Melee, it's like it's information that you're gonna build onto, and you're gonna stack it up, and then the other person will stack it up on top of it if they're smart enough. And
Mhm.
you guys constantly will again switch the meta,
Yeah.
stack it up, keep going, and it like goes forever. And
It
so I
does
think
go forever.
that's one of those things where it goes forever, but it's hard because I can remember the time when I was thinking Slayer is like unimaginably good. Like, there's no way, this guy's moving so fast. How can I even do it? But like a year passes and I don't really think about it too much, and like I'm already moving way faster. But like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I've gotten better at some things, but I'm really not this good, or I'm not really at this level. And you kind of just, as long as you're playing consciously, consistently, and with a lot of different people, I noticed for me personally, that's what happened to me over the years. Like, I became better, better, better. My instincts, my memory from what I had seen, my situational memory from what I had seen from the exposure of being exposed to so many different situations, and making a conscious effort in my mind to adapt to these situations, slowly but surely kicked in some sort of subconscious nature, as well as some sort of subconscious like habit to be able to see these situations, read them, capitalize, and then do a mix up. And like the thing is, the speed goes up with that. The tech skill goes up with that too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's like it's almost like your entire overall game is arching upwards, but every individual skill along the way is also going upwards.
Mhm. I agree. Whoa, I think Eric cut. Yeah, his he was like glitching and stuff too.
I think his phone might have died. I
Oh, his
My camera's
phone.
also
His phone died.
maybe
I'm done.
my phone battery's been going down pretty quick.
Oh,
But
damn.
yeah, I would I definitely understand what Eric's talking about, and for me, it took me a while to get to that point
For what?
to
What
like
point? Just
really be
like
able. for me to be able to get to the point where I can like recognize these certain scenarios and situations where he described like stacking neutral situations on top of each other.
Yeah. Sorry, I just
So
I'm just
we'll see if we can get Eric back on.
yeah. I don't know what happened. Yeah, but
Quick intermission.
so yeah, so one thing that I always say is that in order to get better, you have to analyze and like analyzing definitely changed the way I view the game. Like it literally leveled me up like fast. Like it was like okay,
Hmm.
so I hate talking about him, but Sleepy K, he's the one who kind of like got me into analyzing just because I've seen his videos. Yeah, but we don't talk about him because all the fucked up stuff he did. But anyways, yeah, seeing his like analyzing videos and how to analyze them, because okay, one thing that like I feel like players don't know how what to do is how to analyze. So um you gotta you gotta keep asking yourself like why did this person do this situation, how like why did they think of this in the first place. It's all about the how, why, where, like like those type of questions where like you kind of learn those in school.
Yeah.
It's critical thinking basically. So it's using that and analyzing at the same time. But the way I analyze is also using that, but also stopping everything like frame by frame. I literally just went frame by frame, like studying like literally basic movements of like why did they just like why do they dash back at the situation? Why are they dash dancing here? Like in this situation, this person, okay, in this situation, this person's dash dancing, right? In this other situation, the person's approaching, but then the next moment they dash back. So obviously they thought something was gonna happen. They thought they were gonna get hit, or like they thought something was gonna happen in general. So they like they rush back and stuff. But yeah, it's all about like all these like little different tiny interactions where it helps you understand the game a little more, like in
And I
terms of
and
thinking.
I've done that too, and like I've done like frame for frame or like even reducing the speed. But I came to the conclusion that sometimes there would be certain situations that happen or certain things, decisions that people would make, or even in my own gameplay,
Hmm.
that really just did not make sense. And like
Yeah, I
sometimes
swear,
that,
isn't that weird?
do
How
you recognize that too?
yeah, dude, like definitely in the beginning when I
Like,
started playing, okay, so I remember Slayer telling me, okay, I just don't know why, you double shine in this place and like you just like, you just like dash back. I'm like, yeah, like it's something that I never noticed until Slayer pointed it out to me, like, when we were talking. It was like 4 years ago before I start like
yeah.
before I started analyzing. But yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, and then analyzing, once you analyze things, like you start seeing like why you did it, but like at the same time, it doesn't make sense why you did it too, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. And like I remember like all the top players like they'll just say like how do you get better at melee? You just have to think about melee, eat melee, breathe,
Yeah,
sleep, and
it's
eat melee.
crazy.
Like
It's crazy.
like you said, you have to change up the way you talk and like the way you basically approach different situations. Because like you said at first, these situations they don't really make sense, but then they do,
Yeah,
and then you understand them a little bit better.
yeah. Yeah. Speaking of how you were saying you have to eat, sleep, think about melee. One time, I'm like back then I used to like actually dream about melee. I swear to God, I used to dream about melee, dude. I was like 14, 15. Like there were these times where I would like actually, like dream about me doing a combo and then applying it in game. And then like okay, like so I remember this dream vividly, right? It was me comboing a fox on top of Yoshi's, right? So I would shine, Fox would be like on the top platform of Yoshi's, like in that, I guess hit stun, or I guess that hit stun animation where like they're like still in the air. I would be in the top platform and
Yeah,
I would forward air and like ledge cancel down air, and I would kill Fox. And that's like something I applied in my game. Like the next day I woke up, went to school, came back from school, boot up the game, and I did that. I was like, this works.
really.
Yeah, it was like something I literally
Wow.
I applied it in the game. It's obviously a simple, it's a simple combo, but it's something that I never like really thought of when I started playing. Again, I was 15 years old, so I'm still pretty small, a child developing, and yeah, it was crazy.
That's
You
interesting.
have to
I've
literally
I've never had a
dream.
I've never had any dream about Melee, but like I don't really dream in general. Do you dream like every night or do you dream often?
Nah, dude, nah. I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I dreamed.
Oh,
It's
really?
been a while, dude. It's been a while.
Wow.
Um,
Have you looked into like lucid dreaming? Do you know what that
yes,
is?
yes, yes. And you know what's crazy is my brother actually does lucid dreaming. My brother.
Uh, really?
Yeah, he's
Ha
15. He's told me like it feels amazing. He's told me a couple times.
really?
Yeah. He he told
How
me
how else
what?
like how else would he describe it?
He says it feels like okay, the first words he said, it feels amazing, and then he says, it's like you're like flying in the sky. He says like his body's just super relieved because he told himself in the dream, like because you're conscious basically. He said, wait, I'm in a dream.
Yeah.
So then he says he started flying towards the sky, and he says it felt amazing. He said he's never felt like this feeling in his entire life before. He's like super
Wow.
excited about it because he's seen videos about it. He's seen like videos
Yeah.
about lucid dreaming, how can you control your dreams and things like that. That's what he did. And like the next day he woke up, he was super like energetic and just telling me how amazing it felt. Then he told me another time,
Dang.
another thing he told me, he said he turned himself into like the size of an ant. So he was interacting with them.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. And
That's
he said
crazy.
he was like climbing on like the the grass, like those like little tiny like the grass, like a single grass. He said he was like climbing them.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy, man. I wish I could talk to ants.
Yeah.
I looked up lucid dreaming, but I could never like I was never really like super into like I didn't really care. I was just like, "Oh, okay, cool. Like that's a
Yeah.
thing and maybe I'll try it one day, but like I haven't really looked into it, but like I know of it. But I've never like you, I very rarely dream.
Same, dude.
And like I think you would need to dream often to be able to like lucid dream in the first place. Like if you don't dream at all, how you can't lucid dream because you don't remember your dreams.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
true.
with me, I just like I don't remember when I sleep, how I sleep, but like all I remember is like I just something shuts down and then I just instantly wake up right away. That's what
Yes.
happens with me.
Yeah, same with me. Wait, but okay.
Wow.
Speaking of dreams, have you ever had like dreams where like they're like reoccurring dreams?
No,
You never had that? That's me, dude. I always have like these two same exact dreams with the same outcome.
really.
It's
What
always these
what
two
kind of
dreams.
what can you share the dream like
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is?
All right. So the first dream, it's always me and like a group of people, right? It could be like me, my cousin Darrell, right? My cousin Darrell, my brother, and his brother, and like I think my dad also, or
Yeah.
like my uncle, or like we're all walking in this like swamp area, right, with filled with trees, and then like in the middle of that path or whatever, there's always like this like huge like tree or yeah, there's like this huge tree that's like knocked down, right, and it's like it's in an angle, and like in the bottom of it there's like it's not a cliff, but like the tree basically makes a cliff basically. And what we usually do is we all like either climb it or something. I don't even know. I think the tree is probably up and like we climb it or whatever. And but in the end, it's always me falling. It's me always falling towards the ground and me
Wow.
waking up. It's always like that. It's always like that. The same exact area, the same exact scene, like the ending and everything, and me waking up every single time.
That's that's crazy, man.
And
I've had dreams where I will just like I'll just like have this feeling or a sensation of like falling and then it'll just like
really,
instantly wake me up. Like I've had those feelings before
so it's just yours is a
and
feeling. It's
like
not
they've
like a
just
vision.
no, I just like feel like I'm instantly falling. Like I literally feel like my body is just like falling on the bed, which is weird.
That's weird.
And then I like wake up.
That's
But
weird. I've never seen like I've never heard someone like describe a like feeling or sensation and not like dreaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too concerned about it. Like dreaming sounds like cool. Like I obviously wish I could talk to ants and, fly around, but
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not too invested in dreaming. I also don't think that like what you dream about is like what's
Has
going
meaning.
on. Like I know a lot of people feel like, oh, what you're dreaming is like
Has
your
meaning.
gut feeling, or like what you're dreaming is like a vision of like what's going
Yeah.
to happen. And
Yeah.
I don't believe in that superstitious stuff.
That used to be me. No, but wait. So before I get into that
Like,
one, I'm gonna talk about my second dream. That's always recurring too. So the second one
okay,
is, I guess I could describe it as like a wasteland or maybe a junkyard or something like that, right? So
yeah,
it's the same. I guess it's like three people instead of five. So it's just like me, probably Darrell, probably my cousin, and probably my little brother. It's always either of those people. So we're walking in this like junkyard or like a wasteland or whatever, and we're climbing up, right? We're just like it's kind of like rock climbing in a way, or just walking towards a steep, and this like giant boulder comes, and we run, and it always crushes me, and that's how we wake up. It's every single
whoa,
time, and what I always see is always this like this crane. I always see this crane, and like the boulder, and like the wasteland, everything, every single time, and I get crushed.
that's crazy.
It's every single time, dude. But yeah, it's like so I've been having these
You
dreams ever
know,
since
you
I was like
want
10, probably. Probably ever since I was 10, I've been having these dreams. It's the same exact dream. But it's not
that's
like
weird.
it's not like it's like it's not like I dream it like every single day. It's like often, not often, but and also not rarely, occasionally,
It's
occasionally.
so strange though that the dreams have still like stuck around though, like for
Exactly,
this
it's the
long.
exact same, the exact same. The
Like
situation, the whole exact
I've
like everything is the same. It's
I've
crazy, dude.
never heard of something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, so wait, were we talking about? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You were saying like meaning. Yeah, that's something I used to believe that like dreams had meaning, and I would always like look at like the meaning of dreams. Like if you dream about this bull, or like what does it mean? If you dream about this girl, what does it mean? Then like I just came to the conclusion that's nothing. It's like it's nothing. Yeah, but I used to believe in them.
Yeah,
Did you?
I feel the same way. I like don't think that like dreams have any symbolism whatsoever. Like I've never been a very like a spiritual, or not, I wouldn't say the spiritual, just like a attempt to like believe in that sort of stuff. Like I don't really believe in like the zodiac signs, that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
same, same.
Like I'll see things where it says like, oh, if you're an Aquarius, like this describes you perfectly, and it's like, well,
It could be
these
anyone.
things are very like broad, like yeah,
Yeah,
they could apply to many people. Many people who aren't Aquarius would feel right
yeah.
in place with what they're saying. Like it has so many like, yeah, it just applies to too many people. But like I don't know. I've always been a religious person. I don't know about you, but like I grew up in a religious household, and like I've retained that faith and that piety, like the religious
Yeah.
aspect of it even today.
Mm,
Are you religious at all, or no?
not really, but I do believe in like a bigger like an entity out there that created us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I guess like a god, right? Like God
Hmm.
created us. Jesus. I'm a Catholic, but I don't do like much practice in the Catholic religion.
Yeah.
I'm just
Well, there's also a lot of like problems with the Catholic Church
yeah.
that I don't like, and so that's kind of why I've like I don't really go to church every Sunday, and I want to again. But like I stopped mostly because like I feel that there's a lot of like just bad
Like
things
brainwashing.
with the Catholic Church. Yeah, and just like there's a lot of corruption, even in the Vatican, and that's it's. it's a bad feeling because you're like, oh, like everything that I've ever known to be like pure and honest and truth is not really, like in today's day and age, like evil rules this world, like money is the root of all evil. I believe in like it's the premise of many problems in people's life. And I don't like I very recently have started to like start to really not like become very detached from money because
Mm,
growing up, um, like I grew up in poverty and like money was always an issue, always a problem in my household. Like there was a point in time where I had to, come back from college and help support family and basically pay the bills
mm,
because of like hardship and problems that happen in life. And that really forced me to grow up very, very quickly. Um, but what I was saying was, what was I saying? Totally forgot.
like money, like your attachment to money is like it's not really there
Y-
anymore. Or you said money's the root of all evil.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like money was always a problem growing up, but like now recently, like I've realized that like with more money, it actually like does bring more problems. Like Biggie was
That's
right, like more money, more problems.
that's
Like
true.
there's just so many much more stressors in life. Sometimes it's just easy to it's encouraging to just live a very simple life and just like just, you know, be modest with everything. And I don't want to have that mentality because like you should never feel like like you never want to feel comfortable in any situation. I think people should always be striving for more and pushing themselves more at every point in their life. Don't ever fall back. Like don't let your like talents go to waste,
Mm,
like I said to you, like the richest place in the world is a cemetery because many people have like so many talents that they don't manifest and they just live like a modest life. Like they I me and my brother moved into his new home
mm.
and his neighbor came over and it's like, oh hey, you guys are moving in? Like how many of you guys are living here? Like he started asking like very
Dang.
personal, like
Dang.
aggressive questions. And I was like, what like do you feel
What?
threatened by us? Like it was a predominantly white
Yeah.
neighborhood and I felt like this guy was like trying to like get some information out of us and like I was just like, man, what's going on? And then
Yeah.
he parks his big truck in front of his front lawn,
Yeah.
sits right in front of his truck, sets a lawn chair, and he starts cleaning his truck. He's just wiping the front of his truck. And I'm like, man, like what's going on here? Like, what's going on? And, like, this dude, obviously, like I don't judge at all, but like I don't ever want to like, get to a point like that in my life where I'm just like I don't know. I feel like this guy was kind of like had just bad energy with him and like was a little resentful and just like I had just like, bad vibes from him and like I
Just
was like, man, I hope I never get to a point like that. I hope like I get to a point where like I'm a good person, I'm a welcoming person, and like I'm a good individual, and I always mean well. That's something that I strive for personally.
yeah,
And
same with me.
I don't know, today it's like there's so many things in life that will try to like even like move you out of your center too and like your purpose and what you want to do in life. Like it's especially now, dude, with like coronavirus. Like I was tuning into your podcast the other day about how you were saying divorce rates had gone up, and I didn't know that, and I was just like, wow, but like it makes total sense that during this whole COVID times, there's so much uncertainty, so much anxiety-inducing events that will like, cause you to second think and cause you to move you off your center. And that happened to me a little bit during this COVID time. Like I kind of was moved off my center because of so many external stuff going on in my life and like so many external stressors and anxiety-inducing events that were going on in my life. And um, but like I have a much better outlook at life right now and like um I'm very optimistic and like it's always good to just like be optimistic and like be in the right mindset always because like I said, you never want to be a bitter or resentful person And I'm not saying that person who was like um who came over and asked us very like intrusive questions was like a better person. Like I don't know what's going on in his life. Like he probably has a lot of shit going on during COVID, causing him to come over here and feel threatened and ask us all these like intrusive questions. But it just it puts a lot of things into perspective with
Yeah.
life in general.
Yeah, that's something I do kind of agree. How you said, life brings you problems. Cause like, do you ever imagine yourself, possibly making, more money than, I guess you could say, the average person, and you can see like how your family would react to it if you were to have, the money that you wanted to get to. Like, cause okay, like personally, I feel like if I were to, succeed in life and get to the point that I want to be in, I feel like family would want to get a piece of that for me. I'm talking about family from like, I'm not talking about like, my immediate family who, lives here, but I'm talking about like people that I don't really talk to. Yo,
Yeah.
Eric. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know what you mean, man, and I have same feelings of like that too, and like they're good feelings because like today, like I said, I helped my brother move into his first home, and like a little background, like we're first generation Latinos.
Yeah.
That's huge, because we grew up and our parents did not really know about like buying homes or any of that stuff like credit. Like we had to learn on our own, and it was a difficult process,
Mhm.
because it's a disadvantage. Um, because a lot of my friends, like when I was in college, their parents had already set them up with like credit card accounts and stuff, and they had good credit by the time they got out of college and were able to buy homes even, out of college.
Uh-huh.
And there was a lot of like disadvantages with that, and like it's very satisfying, like moving my brother into his own home today, because like we came up from the bottom. Like
Mhm.
my parents, they sacrificed everything for us to be here, and it's a very bittersweet and like amazing feeling. Um, Kind of like how you described, like how would you feel if your parents, found, or like if you found success, how would your parents would react? I think they would react well, because like you have to put in perspective, like your family, your parents have put a lot into you being here at this current moment in time, and it's definitely a moment to be grateful and appreciative overall.
Yeah, that's true. No, but okay, yeah. So speaking of parents, I do feel
And
like
we have Eric here joining
Eric is
us again.
back. Oh my god.
Hey,
So,
Isaac.
What's up?
Isaac, do you want us to move the camera like this so it's a little bit easier?
I think it's good because it's good vertically because yeah, it looks fucked up right now on the screen. So yeah, you can put it back to vertical because it doesn't switch.
same one.
Yeah, so okay, I was gonna say that like I feel like my parents would be like super happy about it, but I feel like if it's like cousins, like or cousins or maybe aunts that are like not living in this house, I feel like they would want to get a piece of that and say, hey, you have that money, like help us like here. I mean, like obviously I would probably do that, but like, but then I feel like it would spiral out of control because everyone would want a piece of that. Like a lot of people would say, hey, um, you're like selfish with your money. Like, how come you're not helping any one of us? But then it's, at the same time, I don't know like their current situation. I don't know like their life choices. Like I don't know like what if they're even gonna use the money for good. If I were to give it to them, but then like I don't.
Yeah.
That's like the part where I feel like I have to question things. I would have to trust the person.
Yeah, it's iffy because you also mentioned that it's your family, and like family for me personally, like I would be willing to like lend my family money and like not even expect to get it back. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like that way with my family. But like in
Mm.
a way though, like you have to like think that like everybody is their own person, like regardless of whether they're your friend or family or foe, or even like so like you said, why aren't they handling their finances well enough to the point where they feel like they should be obligated to some money that you get? Obviously, family has plays a role in like
Yeah.
in your environment and like growing up and like how you came up
Mhm.
and like you have to like recognize that. But like you said, just because your family doesn't mean you deserve a piece of the pie, like you have to, if I were you, I would help them out and be like, okay, well, how can I help you manage your finances better? Because what's been helping
Yeah.
me is budgeting, or what's been helping me is doing this and that,
Mhm.
you know?
It's a big
Yeah.
part of growing and learning too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like one of those things that I like mentioned, like growing up as a first generation Latino. Like, I don't know if you can relate, but with me, or even just being first generation, like
It's hard.
handling finances. Yeah, like my family was not the best at like handling their finances. Like we would go out and eat a lot, and it's something that I had to learn the hard way along the way as I was
Mhm.
growing up in life. And that's just the way life is sometimes, life's unfair.
Mhm.
Nobody
Life is
said it was
unfair.
gonna be.
Yeah, life is unfair. It's crazy, dude. I keep saying life is crazy. It's so complicated. It's crazy. So many
It is,
outcomes
man.
like that, like the butterfly effect. How how you land in that position because all these choices. Like extending from like ancestors, right? Like you ended up here
Yeah.
because your ancestors, all their choices, like it's crazy, man. Like all their choices led to you like where you got to, right? Like I'm here in the U.S. because like my mom first started. That's the butterfly effect. My mom came here. That's part of the butterfly effect. It was all these choices, all the things that led up to me being here and meeting you guys, and my choices, influence everything, and like it played a part into me meeting you guys and you guys meeting me. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's so
It
crazy,
is.
dude. That's so
It's
crazy.
a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And like that's why you have to like appreciate every single moment, dude. Because like you are defining history. Like you're
Yeah,
defining
exactly.
your future.
Your
You're
family
defining the
history.
future of your kid.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's I feel like the more you learn to accept the moment, what's going on in the moment, and embrace what's happening, embrace you for who you are and how you react to these things, life actually becomes easier in that way because it means that it puts you in a situation where you don't have to, not to say that like stressing over things isn't healthy at times, but usually it's like stress is, you know what I mean, usually a negative
Mhm.
aspect, a negative connotation to the meaning,
Mhm.
and so it's when you're put in that state of mind where it's you're able to, kind of go with the flow and kind of just let go where life leads you. It might not be the goal oriented ending that like one would others would see, but it might be a life that is worth, what I mean, that has a lot of happiness and a lot of joy in that maybe too many goal oriented people aren't focused in as much. I think it kind of goes back to we were talking about something really similar, either last week or the week before, and it was on the train of thought of goal oriented people like Mark Zuckerberg,
Mhm.
and like the Jeff Bezos of the world. They want to be so successful, so they're so goal oriented, dream oriented that they go after these things hard, but they have to live a harder life to get to where they're going,
Mhm.
but we're not bringing down the happiness from that at all. It's there's another way of going where it's like you're more freely able to kind of swim along with the current of where life takes you, and you're able to accept things and embrace things, and it feels good, honestly, just to just not have negative influences consume you. It feels great, like what I think Dolph was saying earlier. It's a beautiful thing that, yeah, we are where we are right now, but
Mhm.
at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean. At the same time, it's like it's so beautiful, but it's I don't want to. I want to stray on this path. I want to stay on the path of just chilling, talking with the homies, having a good time
Yeah.
wherever I'm going.
Exactly.
It.
Yeah.
I think it's a lifestyle that's very very it's very hard to live like that in a way in like in such times. But
Mhm.
I feel like the people that are able to do it, that they're able to take that step back and really, really smell the flowers for what they are in front of you, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, man.
But
Like,
it's two different sides of the spectrum. You know, it's two different extremes.
yeah. Like, just imagine like the Rockefeller family, right? Like they're super rich because like Rockefeller himself, right? Wait, I think he built the roads, right? Right, like the
The
railroads.
railroad,
Yeah, the railroads.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and like he became like a huge like
John D.
billionaire.
Rockefeller was the
Yeah,
father.
John D. Yeah, he's the father of everyone
ADR.
basically, right? He's the one who
Yeah,
created his family's legacy because of
I think it was back
himself.
in 1500s or 1800s.
Yeah, it's because of himself.
Well,
Or
they also
1800s.
like monopolized every sort of industry that they were part of. What they did was they cut out the competition.
Yeah,
They said, "You guys are gonna work for us, or you're not gonna work here at all."
different
It's
times. Different times for
crazy.
sure.
But no,
The Rockefellers were very cutthroat, and the reason why you hear their name even now is because they were very good at preserving their power and their wealth over generation. Like they thought long term. They weren't thinking about even like this generation. They were thinking generations ahead,
that's
like their kids.
crazy. Oh, that's what I'm
Like
saying. The butterfly
they're
effect,
really
dude.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. The butterfly
and,
effect.
and,
If it wasn't for those
yeah,
choices,
and
damn, that's crazy.
yeah, all those small little things happen to this, and it's interesting because those people from like that day and age were like so goal oriented. Whereas you think about it now, their kids are chilling on
They
some
are.
nice, you know what I mean, on some nice money that their ancestors really brought to them. And these guys could be on the completely opposite side of the spectrum of
Exactly.
mindset.
They probably are honestly because they're done. They're set, right?
I loved what Warren Buffett said. He said, you know, when he's passing away, he's not giving a dime to his kids.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's crazy because they have to. It's like I guess he wants them to work for their
Exactly.
own. That's crazy. I mean, do you guys think that's good? Like not giving a dime to like his kids because the way he thinks like they have to work for what they want.
Here and there, definitely has its
That's
pros
true.
and cons
That's
on both
true.
sides.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I think it's more of an execution thing, whether or not you can execute it right. Because it's like we were talking earlier, because there are two success, like the highest tier of success, right, of
Mhm.
happiness per se. In this example, could be happiness. So it's like that side, the left side where it's like you're just super chilling, and the other side where you're like so goal oriented.
Mhm.
And so it's finding that equilibrium, that middle is what I mean when I mean execution. It matters on what your life is, on what you're going to do on the time while you're here on Earth. What are you going to do with that time?
What are you guys doing with
You
that
know,
time?
I'm chilling.
You're chilling.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I like to create at least like a positive, energy wherever I go.
Mhm.
So it's like that can be consumed by others, and it could potentially spread. You know what I mean? Positive throughout the.
Yeah.
But that's like, but going above and beyond that, not like crazy amounts. I'll like say here and there what I believe in, but like I'm also one that enjoys just keeping to myself at times. I think that's very healthy. Like you need to be able to keep to yourself at times and not think about so many different external things. Because the moment you do that, you're letting go of the control on what you spend your energy on. And ultimately that leads to where your life goes. So I don't think it's not sustaining in that aspect. But if you're able to find that mixture, to find that balance, you'll do great, and you'll give greatness as well.
Yeah.
I agree, but like the thing is that like I would want to like help my kids in some way, shape, or form,
Same.
mentally or through like advice. Like I
Yeah.
definitely agree with one Buffett in that like there should be no handouts in life. Like everything you need to
Mhm.
work for. Like hard work works, and like the good things in life require hard work. Like that's just how it is. And so like I definitely agree with that mindset, but like
there's so many like disadvantages coming out of like disadvantaged situations financially that like I don't believe everybody should go through. Like you said, there's a butterfly effect, and like
Mhm.
the sacrifices of my parents will be worthwhile, and like my sacrifices will be worthwhile to my kids, and that like they'll be much more better off than I was when I was growing
Yeah,
up.
same.
And I
That's what I
believe
feel
that
too.
like ultimately it's like a big spirit bomb where
Yeah.
we're all like sacrificing and working towards a common goal. Where
Yeah.
I believe that like ultimately I want to like be a positive influence in this world and like leave a footprint, leave a legacy of like
Same.
being
Same.
being a good individual or like doing good deeds and
Yeah.
services. Like part of that is like ultimately um, placing that belief into your kids so that they could pass on the torch, you know, to their kids. That's what like for
Mhm.
me life is all about, and like what I just like think about, and like that's what I'm very oriented around that, and like also just personal development because it plays hand in hand with that too. You know, like if you improve yourself, you're ultimately gonna be a better person for your kids, for others. You know, it's
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah, dude. The future's gonna be looking bright for every one of us. That's what I mean. That's something that I have hope for, and I feel like that's gonna happen. Hopefully,
Yeah,
I'm thankful for that.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's like a manifest destiny. It's like a
Yeah.
prophecy, a self-fulfilling prophecy. You
Yeah.
kind of have to have that vision or that mindset too.
Yeah.
Like you have to envision your goals and dreams before they even happen. Like
Yeah.
everybody who's successful in life, they describe something like that where they think about it meticulously and for a long time, you know,
Mhm.
about their dreams and goals and like what they want to do, their purpose. And it's an amazing thing.
It's amazing, but you can also get lost in it. It's hard,
That's
you know.
true. That's
Yeah,
true. You can get
there's
lost
a
in
lot
it.
of
But I think if you're able to balance it out, it'll be, you know what I mean. Like
Mhm.
I think most people usually, I mean, you know, statistically, most people usually live a good life, right?
Mhm.
Definitely within the Western Hemisphere, definitely with life expectancy going up, you know,
Yeah.
and um, I just think it's important to note that you need to adopt so many different things in order to succeed, you know,
Mhm.
and find the happiness. But I was going to ask you, Isaac, how about you? Like, you know, what do you feel like you're doing for yourself right now, or like how you know how you're going about within this pandemic, this world?
How am I like developing myself, like improving myself during this pandemic?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
or you know, just whatever's going on, you know.
it's just work, man. I'm just working the entire pandemic. I'm working the
Yeah,
entire pandemic to support myself, to pay my bills. That's what I'm trying to do in order to go to school and succeed in life.
and
You
you're
know, get me.
working, you're contributing to society.
I am. I'm literally like I'm unloading truck. I'm putting things, where they need to be for the people, to get their things and help society. I'm a superhero.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm a superhero, dude.
you definitely you definitely deserve some hazard pay. You know,
I
you're
do.
definitely
yeah.
doing
I do.
a good service to society. Definitely, like
Hey.
working at a freaking Target, dude. Like that is exposing you to a way more risk of like
That
COVID.
is
Because
true.
like there's so many
and
people that
and
come in there.
and the entirety, or not the entirety, but like one of the most prominent points as to why we made this podcast was so that we could get our voices out there.
Yeah.
You know, we're not people in you know different spots where we're able to fully utilize such an elevated platform. This podcaster was great so that it could be like the voice of the everyday person.
Yeah, okay,
You
okay.
know,
So one of my main goals of this podcast is I want people to like listen to us and like take a moment to think. That's what I like, right?
yeah.
Like if we go deep into all these topics, like I just want to reach. I want people to like reach us. Not, I mean, not necessarily like talk to us, but more so just take a time to like think and process like.
They can talk with us as well. They can
Yeah, that
they can
that too,
talk
that
with
too,
us.
yeah, that too. But I'm saying like I want them to like take a look at themselves too, right? Like how are they thinking in this moment of life? Like how can they improve themselves too? Because we usually talk about us improving ourselves and like what we can do, but like in a way it's like them also taking a look at I guess our steps, our progress, and them doing the same. If we're talking
Yeah.
about life, they're, I want them to think about life too. Like, how can they improve themselves? That's what I like seeing. Like, it's all about that positive energy that I like.
And to be honest with you, with that, I kind of want to end this week's podcast on that note. Just being able to,
Yeah,
it's hard.
it's a
Like a
positive.
lot of things are going on in the world right now,
There's a lot of
man.
things going on in the world. Yeah, it's a lot of things, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, wait, you guys want to
I'm
end
also
because
happy.
wait, you guys
Yeah, I'm
want
also happy Dolph was able to come on the
to? Yeah, that
podcast.
too. Yeah. Hey, Dolph, it was dude. It was nice having you, dude. It's like it's always chill, hanging out with you, talking to you all the time. It's fun.
Yeah,
Hey,
man, it's always a good time hanging out with the homies, and
yeah,
I
dude.
like the way we're ending it because, like you said, it's all during these uncertain times. It's all about coming together, helping one another. In unity, we can overcome anything pretty much.
Yeah,
In this pandemic, I'm not super like concerned about it. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but it's something that I think in a year from now, it's not going to be as serious as it is now. Like everything, like most things in life, they're only temporary, and they only get, and life only gets better.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, dude. No problem.
For
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
No
man.
problem, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's always it's always it's always chill to talk to you, all the time. Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. I thought Dolph would have some great insight too.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. He,
So
because
I'm
because
actually I'm very, very happy
Yeah, because
with that.
every time we talk in person, it's always something interesting. Every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. Oh yeah. Hey, do you guys want to end because you guys want to play video games too?
Yeah, man. Well, on that note. All right. Take care, dude.
Alright, thanks, man. Do you guys want to plug your social media?
Um,
Oh wait, they're boomers. I'm just kidding.
yeah, no, we're not. I'm not really on social media like that. The people know where to find me.
And what's that? I'm just playing. All
It's
right.
to be honest, I can't fully remember, but
You
sometime
said
sooner or later,
sooner.
we'll get some sort of title on the screen so that people can make it easier for themselves too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was good podcast. Till next week.
Till
Or
next
easy
week.
out.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you. I'll see you guys. It was fun.
See you, Isaac.
Yeah. See you
See
guys.
ya.
Yep. Hey, this is the Homies podcast number 8. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. You can find me on twitter.com/Erzac, ERSAAC. You guys can follow me on Twitter I just said my Twitter. You guys follow me on YouTube also. It's on my channel description. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed it a lot.